I don't know what to think of the Seahawks anymore. I just want the season to end. I want them to miss the playoffs. They're done. They're flat out done. I don't see how they make the playoffs. If they're going to make the playoffs, they just get their asses kicked by Detroit, Dallas, or somebody. This team stinks. Fire Pete Carroll to the sun, Shane Waldron to the moon, and Clint Hurt to Venus. Also, Larry Izzo too. Just fire everyone. I'm saying it now, and I'm going to continue to say it. They're done. Seahawks are done. They lost to Pittsburgh in just a game that should not have been as close as it has been. Their defense is god-awful. Pittsburgh ran for 200 yards on you. Pittsburgh, a mediocre at best offense, just ran all over you. Ran all over you. I was so close to just punching a wall. I was just so pissed on every single conceivable form. Mason Rudolph threw for almost 300 yards. The Steelers as a whole had 202 rushing yards. They had almost 500 yards of total offense. That should not happen. Just should not happen. And people want to make an argument saying, oh, well, Seattle's not bad, and, blah, 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 blah. It's like they're terrible. They're god-awful. This offense is inconsistent. The defense is inconsistent at best. And people want to continue to argue that Pete Carroll's a great coach. I'm sorry, but I've been saying it for years. This team will not get better until a change is made at head coach. Seriously, the system. People say, "Oh, the defense is still good." Like, the system is outdated. Everything Pete Carroll does is outdated to like 1992. Okay? I will argue this. Running the football does help, and that's starting to come back into the NFL. Finally. We like these things because I like running the football and stuff. But just, oh my God. What was the 5-yard touchdown run by Najee Harris? Like, he was carrying the entire defense into the end zone. The entire Seahawks defense in the end zone. Seattle needs a new head coach, and I think it's either going to be Dan Quinn, the Cowboys defensive coordinator, Mike McDonald, who's the Ravens defensive coordinator, or just for chaos purposes, hire Commanders offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, because chaos. Jamal Adams, good God, where do I start with you? Where do I start? He's likely played his last snaps as a Seahawk. I don't see how he comes back next year. Quandre Diggs maybe as well, but Jamal's gone. I don't see how you bring him back. Just there's so much crap that needs to get fixed. I could literally come up with a scroll, just get a scroll out, like a paper scroll, like that they have in those medieval movies. Just like a list of things that need to get done. Just a fucking list. And, oh my God. It pisses me off to no end how this team consistently shoots itself in the foot, consistently just plays mediocre football, consistently plays soft. And for God's sakes, man. Like, you can't tell me with a straight face that Seattle's a good team. You cannot tell me that. You can't. People were saying that, Seattle finally closed the gap, it seems like, with San Francisco. Problem, the 49ers are miles better than you. Fucking miles better than you. And San Francisco might win the Super Bowl. They might run through everyone. That's how good they are. Just Christ, man. Wow. Just wow. It infuriates me to no end. And call it overreaction, just call it, being dramatic or whatnot. No, this has been brewing for years. Years. And it's still... I want to go into 2024 not raging so much on this man. Until a change is made, this team is going to be in the same spot that they have been for the last 7 years, which is inconsistent and 9 wins. That is where they'll be until Pete Carroll is no longer the head coach.